Hello, and welcome to this presentation on the Structure and Liftoff in Combustion Experiment, also known as SLICE. My name is Joshua Price, and I made this presentation with my partners Abershen and Josh Freeman through the NASA Inspire program. Let's begin. SLICE is being developed by a group of professors from Yale University in collaboration with scientists and engineers from NASA's Glenn Research Center and Zinn Technologies, both located in Cleveland, Ohio. Yale professor Marshall B. Long is the principal investigator for the experiment, but he won't be the one actually doing the hands-on testing. That responsibility belongs to NASA's astronauts of International Space Station Expeditions 29 and 30, primarily astronaut Don Pettit. The SLICE experiment was set to take place between March of 2011 and September of 2012, but the microgravity science glove box where the experiment will take place is occupied with other experiments and currently unavailable. The majority of SLICE is planned to take place in January and February of 2012. Before we describe the procedures of SLICE, it is important to understand what exactly combustion is. Combustion is a rapid chemical process in which chemical bonds in a substance are broken and new ones are formed, which causes a release of energy in the form of heat. Oxygen must be present for combustion to occur, which is why many of the products of combustion, such as carbon dioxide and the nitrous oxides, contain oxygen. Combustion is found everywhere in modern society, in fires, ovens, cars, trains, airplanes, and many other places. It provides energy for all the major types of transportation, is necessary for cooking, and keeps our homes warm. NASA uses combustion in every space mission they have because it is necessary for rocket launching. It takes a massive amount of energy to put a multi-ton object into low Earth orbit or beyond, and space agencies access that energy through use of combustion. As you can see, every rocket uses a huge amount of fuel during liftoff, which puts an enormous amount of harmful pollutants into our air. The pollutants released from rockets, planes, trains, and cars can't escape our atmosphere due to the ozone layer, so they have no choice but to stay and condense. This collection of pollutants causes smog and haziness in our cities, which is harmful to both humans and animals. If nothing is done about these lingering pollutants, they will keep collecting until us humans can't bear it anymore. This is one of the many reasons why NASA will be performing the Structure and Liftoff in Combustion Experiment. You may be asking yourself, why has NASA never done an experiment like this before, since combustion is so necessary in our society? SLICE has never been performed before because it requires a microgravity environment, which is only possible in space. Furthermore, SLICE requires human interaction, meaning that there needs to be a resident astronaut working in space. With the creation of the International Space Station, we can now fulfill both of those requirements. It's a good thing, too, since atmospheric temperatures and pollutants are more dangerous now than ever before, and we need to do something about it. So what exactly will the astronauts do in the SLICE experiment? The astronauts will ignite a low-speed flame of gaseous fuel and then adjust the fuel flow and air velocity to assess the effect on flame structure and liftoff. The flames will be photographed and scientists will measure the structure, soot temperature, soot volume fraction, and thermal radiation as functions of the flame and burner diameter. All of those measurements will be applied to computational models of flames, which will increase our knowledge of how flames work. This knowledge will allow engineers to make combustion more efficient, meaning that we will have more fuel-efficient cars, as shown here. Better fuel economy will not only save car owners money, but it will reduce the amount of pollutants put into our air. The results of SLICE will also be used to maximize the scientific return of the co-flow laminar diffusion flame experiment, which will evaluate flame characteristics at the extreme of fuel dilution, which in turn will further increase our knowledge of flames. So in the upcoming months, watch for news on the SLICE experiment, and when you see cars with better fuel economy coming out, thank NASA for their concern with our Earth's well-being. For more information and monthly updates on the SLICE experiment, visit the website below. Farewell, and thanks for watching.